Dear students, today we are going to study DNA fingerprinting, biological functions of nucleic acids, and hormones. So, fingerprinting is not a new one. So, this is actually a traditional method. So, usually in a crime scene, we get fingerprint. We compare the fingerprint with police records, so we find who will be the criminal. So this is a traditional method. Using the fingerprinting we can identify a criminal, but now this is DNA fingerprinting, which represents based on the DNA pattern we are going to find the criminal, right? So the DNA fingerprinting is also known as DNA typing and a DNA profiling. So this DNA fingerprinting is invented by the professor Sir Alex Jeffreyson in the year 1984. So in DNA fingerprinting, we will collect the samples from the crime scenes. Usually if there is a crime, in that place a criminal will left a clue or an evidence. So we collect samples from the crime scenes like blood or saliva or human. So first step is a collection of sample from the crime scenes. Next one, a DNA will be cut at a specific points. So this is the next step. So after collecting the sample, the DNA will be cut at a specific point with restriction of enzymes like endonucleases. So DNA is cut at a specific points with restriction of enzymes like endonucleases. We get different fragments. So because of that, we get different DNA fragments with a different lengths, right? Next, so after getting the DNA fragments, first we collect the sample, then DNA will be cut into the DNA fragments with a different lengths. After that, we are going to add a gel, right? So after adding a gel, the DNA fragments will be separated based on the size. So each DNA fragment has a different length. So by adding a gel, the DNA fragment will be separated into different based on their sizes. So we are going to analyze. After adding the gel, we are going to analyze. The process is called gel electrophoresis. Okay. So we are going to add the gel agarose. So agarose is a gel will be added with the DNA fragments. So based on the size, we get different fragments. Next, then the DNA fragment now is added with gel. This will be transferred into the nylon sheet, right? So the process is called blotting. Okay. So first we get the sample, then the sample will be cut into DNA fragments with a different lengths, which will be added by gel. We are going to analyze it. The process is called gel electrophoresis. So this DNA added with the gel is transferred into nylon sheets. Okay. So DNA containing the gel is transferred into the nylon sheet. So the process is called blotting. Next, we are going to add DNA probes. On the surface of nylon sheets, we are going to apply DNA probes. So DNA probes is nothing but synthetic DNA fragments which are radioactive in nature. So these DNA fragments will emit radiations. So we are going to do autoradiography. So the DNA fragments on the surface of nylon sheet will undergo autoradiography. For that, we are adding DNA probes which are having synthetic DNA fragments which are radioactive in nature. So by adding a DNA probe, so this is nylon sheet. Now on the surface of nylon sheet, we have applied DNA probe, so which are radioactive in nature. Next, on the surface of nylon sheet, now we are going to touch an X-ray film. So because on the surface of nylon sheet there will be radiations. The DNA probe will emit the radiations. To receive that, we are going to place an X-ray film over there. So X-ray film is exposed to the DNA fragments. So due to the radiations on the nylon sheet, there will be dark marks in the X-ray film. So this will be obtained as a pattern. See this one. So when X-ray film is placed over the nylon sheet, already radiation is there. So we are getting dark spots on the X-ray film. So this is called a DNA fingerprinting pattern. So now this DNA fingerprinting pattern will be useful to identify the criminal. So what are the steps we followed? First, sample will be collected like a blood or saliva or hair in the crime scenes. Then a DNA will be cut into different fragments with restriction of enzymes. Now the DNA fragments will be added with the gel. We are going to analyze it. We call the process called gel electrophoresis. This will be applied over the nylon sheets. Then on the surface of nylon sheet, we are going to coat DNA probes. They are synthetic DNA fragments which are radioactive in nature. Next, X-ray film will be placed over the nylon sheet in order to observe the radiations. So the radiation will make a dark colored mark over the X-ray films. So we have obtained DNA fingerprinting pattern. This is the DNA fingerprinting pattern of a sample collected from the crime scene. In the same manner, we can get a DNA fingerprinting pattern from the suspect. If you suspect a person regarding this crime, from the person, we can get the samples like blood. We get the DNA fingerprinting pattern. So by correlating these two patterns, we can identify the criminal. So this is called a DNA fingerprinting technology. Next, biological functions of nucleic acids. Right. So as we know, there are three components in the nucleic acids: nitrogenous base, pentose sugar, and phosphate group. Along with their normal functioning, there are some biological functions for nucleic acids. They are energy carriers, components of enzyme cofactors, and chemical messengers. There are three biological functions. First one, energy carriers. So adenosine, ATP represents what? Adenosine triphosphate. So this is a nucleic acid containing three components: nitrogenous base, pentose sugar, and phosphate group. So it provides energy. So this is acting as or functioning as energy carriers. The next one, components of enzyme cofactors. That means coenzymes. So we already studied in biocatalysis process, we use enzyme as a catalyst to enhance the activity of enzyme. We need coenzymes. So usually vitamins will act as coenzymes. So nucleic acids will also act as coenzymes. Right. So three examples are given here. Coenzyme A, NAD plus FAD. Right. So these are the components of enzyme cofactors. That means coenzymes will induce the biological activity of enzymes. NAD plus means what? We already studied in 11th lesson. Hydroxy compounds. In the biological oxidation process, we already studied this. NAD plus means nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. So coenzyme. Then FAD means flavin adenine dinucleotide. So these are all coenzymes. Next, they are used as, or they are functioning as, chemical messengers. Nucleic acids are acting as chemical messengers. Example, cyclic AMP, cyclic adenosine 3' 5' monophosphate. So simply we call this as a CAMP. Okay. So these are chemical messengers. A 3 more question. Write a note on biological functions of nucleic acids. So with this we complete nucleic acids. So already we have finished carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, nucleic acids, and vitamins. So last one is hormones. So hormones are the organic biomolecules like carbohydrates, vitamins. So these are all also organic biomolecules. So as we studied, these are secreted in one tissue. So this is responsible for the physiological response. Right. So hormones secreted in one tissue is responsible for physiological response in other tissues. So the physiological responses may be growth as well as metabolisms. This is one more intercellular signaling molecule. So hormones are intercellular signaling molecules. Next, some examples are given here. So hormones which are inducing some normal physiological process. Some examples are given here. So like maintenance of blood pressure, blood volume, electrolyte balance, embryogenesis, hunger, eating behavior, digestion. So these are all normal functioning in living beings. So these will be induced by the hormones. And secretion of hormones, as we studied in lower classes, hormones will be secreted by endocrine glands, pituitary, pineal, thymus, thyroid, adrenal, and pancreas. So these are all some endocrine glands. Along with this secretion, men produces hormones in testes as well as women produce hormones in ovary. Then classification of hormones. So hormones are chemically classified into proteins and steroids. Okay. Examples of hormones belonging to protein category: insulin as well as epinephrine. Then examples of steroid type of hormones: estrogen as well as androgen. So this is first classification. One more classification is based on the distance between the hormone and the target cell. Okay. So based on the distance, there are 3 types of hormones: endocrine, paracrine as well as autocrine. First, endocrine hormones. We consider a bloodstream. Okay, so in the bloodstream, we have hormones, right? So these hormones are called endocrine hormones. These hormones are going to act on these cells. So these are called target cells. So hormones in these cells are going to act on these cells. So these are all target cells. Okay, what about the distance? So distance between the hormones and the target cells are more. So these hormones are called endocrine hormones. Okay. So endocrine hormones act on cells will have more distance from the target cells. Example: insulin and epinephrine. Second type of hormone based on the distance, it's called the paracrine hormone. So consider this one. So this cell produces the hormone, right? So the hormone will act on these two cells, right? The hormone will act on these two cells. So the cells which are very closer to the hormones, now this hormone is called paracrine hormone. So paracrine hormones are the hormones secreted by a cell which is closer to the target cells. Example: interleukin 1. Then third type based on the distance, it's called autocrine hormones, in which the hormones secreted by a cell will act on the same cell. So this is target. So hormones secreted in a cell will act on the same cell. So this is called autocrine hormone. Example, interleukin 2. Next, receptor is very important in a cell. Okay. So in the target cells, there should be a specific receptor. Then only it will respond the hormones. So hormone is making some actions on the cells or induces some normal functioning in the cells. So for this, the cell has to respond. To a proper respond, we need a specific receptor in the cells. So with this, the lesson 14 biomolecules over. So all the biomolecules we have completed. So this is a biology oriented lesson. This is not new to you and it is easy one. So study well. So we have completed 20% portion. Prepare well for the exams. Thank you.